Hello, friends. How's my sound today? Can you hear me okay? Let's see. It says there's one person watching, but that could be me. Checked in on one of those pages. And someone who's watching, just give me a shout out and say, let me know how I'm sounding right now. Just using a different microphone today. Just wondering if I can be heard on it. And also it's a much more sensitive microphone, so is it picking up like a lot of noise, like the fans that I have on and things like that? Anyone? Can anybody hear me? Am I sounding okay? All right, I'm just going to start talking, and if you can't hear me, somebody will say, we can't hear you. I just finished my lunch, and I inhaled like a crumb of food. Did you ever do that? Man, it's like the worst. I mean, it's not like the worst. It is the worst. I'm online everywhere. Happy Friday, everyone. And I hope your pocket shawls are going amazing. What am I doing? What just popped up? Just the number of windows that I have open is embarrassing. It's honestly, it's embarrassing. Extremely embarrassing. Okay. And then I click something and I can't get back to where I was. It's silly. All right. No one has commented yet, so let me just change the mic, because I don't believe that I can be heard, because no one has said anything. Okay, now, how about now? How about now? Can y'all hear me? Okay. I'm still working on this pocket shawl edge here, the same one from yesterday, because my sideways one is not ready yet for an edge. So I'm going to cheat a little bit on this guy, and I'm just going to go around the corner, and I'm just going to do the different rows of the edge, because I do want to show you how much wider it gets when you when you do all those rows. Let me go ahead and switch this. Swap cameras. How's everyone today? The sound was better on the other one because of the fans, so you can hear my fans. Okay, I'll switch it back, because I just didn't know if it was working, because no one said anything. So I thought, no one's saying anything, so I must be, they must not be able to hear me. That's how my puny brain works. How's everything today, and what does everyone have planned for the weekend? Who's going to finish up their pocket shawl? I inhaled a piece of food. Just like a tiny crumb or something. Okay, what does my pattern say to do on the corners? Yes, Linda, I'm seeing your comments from YouTube. Thank you. Three double crochet in each stitch around. I don't have a single crochet around in here either. Oh my gosh. What was I thinking? Wow. See, this is why I need people who are not familiar with the 6-day kid blanket to test the pattern. Because people who are familiar with the 6-day kid blanket pattern, you know, they know the pattern, so they don't really read. You know how when you're making a pattern and you're going along and you don't really read it after a while because you understand it? So that's what happens. So it says to put 3 single crochet in the corner, by the way. So I'm going to do that. So it follows the 6-day kid blanket rows. It just doesn't chevron. Okay. So it goes single, a row of single, 2 rows of double, another row of single, 2 rows of grannies, another row of single, 2 rows of double. It goes like that. Okay, and I'm just going to work across the corner so that we're not here all day. And that way you can at least see what the corner looks like. And then I'm just going to pick up here in any stitch. And look, you don't have to slip stitch and chain up. You just go. You can start with a slip knot on the hook if you want to, but you don't have to. I just learned that the other day. So it should be like that. Oh no, it's good. Wait a minute. Let me do it again. You just go. So she said. Alright. And this should be over. Yep. And then 2. And you just have to make sure you weave that in really good, that end. 2, 3. And then we're going to skip 2. 1, 2. 3 in the next stitch. Okay, notice I didn't count back from my corner to make sure I'm going to land in the right place. Because I just fly by the seat of my pants like that. And also, this might need to be adjusted. Skipping 2 might be too many. Looks like it's just right for mine. Maybe a little bit too many. So I'm just going to try skipping 3 here and there. So that mine doesn't ruffle. Because it looks like it's about to do that. Oh, thank you. I just got them done. I just got my nails done. Thank you, Duchess Nail Spa in Newburgh, New York. They do a lovely job. They probably roll their eyes when they see me coming because I'm like a little kid. I always want cat eye. And usually I get the cat eye with the mood polish. But those colors, some of them, it doesn't show you what color it's going to change to. It just only shows you the color that it is when it's cold. You know, it changes colors in the temperature. Okay, so I'm going to plan ahead a little bit. And if I skip 2, I'm going to be 1 off. So I'm going to skip 3. You could also skip 1 instead of skipping 2, so that you land on the center stitch. But don't do it at the one right next to it. Do it like 2 or 3 back. So your corner looks, you know, perfectly normal, like nothing ever happened. Chain 3. 3 double crochet. 3, 3, 3 in each corner around. And then skip 2. Three double crochet, skip 2, and you go all the way around your blanket, your pocket shawl, and then when you get to the beginning, you slip stitch. In the first double crochet. I'm going to do 1 more. And of course, lay it down often and admire it. Make sure it's laying flat. And it's not curling. And it's not ruffling. And that it's flat. Excuse me. Okay, pretend I went all the way around. Pretend. And then when I got to here, I would slip into this stitch. Let's see what it tells me to do. See if I did it right. Yep. So if I had gone all the way around like you're supposed to, I would slip here to join, but I have to be over here. So you just slip across the top of this. 1, 2, slip the next 2 stitches and into the space. And now I'm ready to chain up. And I'm just going to go across and put 3 double crochet in each space. And you shouldn't have to worry about making any adjustments because you did that on the last row. It's the 6-day kid blanket rose without the chevron. And then 3, 3, 3 in the corner. And last one. My yarn is changing, yay! Okay, pretend I went all the way around and got back to the beginning, and then I would be making a slip into the top of this chain 3 right here to join. I'm just pretending I'm joining the round. And then chain 1, single crochet in the same stitch, single crochet around. I had to bring my other chair down from downstairs, the kneeling one, because my legs were starting to swell up. Especially in this heat, it's really hard to keep my legs from swelling. Try to keep this in focus as much as I can. Oh, I didn't lay it down after the last round. What happened to my clip lights I had here? I used to have more lights here. That's what I need. I need a little more light. Okay, let's keep going. 2 more double crochet rows. So I would, let me do it like as if I completed the row. I would be joining here to this single crochet, and I would be chaining up. Okay, and on the double crochet rounds, we're going to do 5 double crochet in each corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm loving these colors. I wish this were a real pocket shawl and not a sample thingamajig. And if you wanted your pocket shawl to be wider, even, you could keep going. You could do more rows than what's written in the pattern. You can make it as wide as you want, but I don't recommend making it wider from the get-go unless you want to sew on your pocket. Okay, and we have another. And then the final round that I did, I mean, I love a picot edge. But I'll show you what I did for if you wanted to add fringe to the bottom. I'll show you what I did. Oh, I don't have to do that slip knot. So we're pretending I went all the way around and I got to this. I came back around to the beginning and I'm gonna slip stitch into my chain. And then chain up, 1, 2, 3, and then another row of double crochet. Did I say I like this green and these colors? Have I said that? I'm glad I didn't go ahead and like update this pocket shawl last night because I found another mistake in it. So let's see, on Tuesday I am going to start my 4-week class, Crocheters Learn to Knit. And there's still plenty of time to get into the class. You really have to register. The class is more than half full. I mean, I can only fit 100 people on a Zoom call with my account at this, and I don't think I'm quite ready to upgrade, but if you would like to do the class, definitely register for it. Only the registered participants are going to have access to the replay. I'm not going to be posting them publicly on Facebook or anything like that because this is like a class and I'm doing things kind of differently. I think I'm doing it differently. I made up my own way to do it. And the idea of it is to make knitting easy for you as a crocheter to understand. And also give you a project to work on that feels like something that you want to work on, that is, kind of small, and it's all knit. And it's not garter stitch. We're going to work in the round, and that's going to make your work, feel like it's going really fast, and much faster than a garter stitch scarf like your grandmother had you make. That, we all know you never finished that thing. I know I never finished mine, because that takes forever. I remember we had a bunch of garter stitch scarves too that she had made for us. But yeah, I mean, I'm no shade against garter stitch, because I love this stuff, but when you're first learning how to knit, you probably want to make something that looks like stockinette, and and then someone teaches you how to knit, and then you're shocked to find out you have this like bumpy fabric that you're making. It's like, well, I might as well crochet. Okay, so I did all that. Okay, so the alternate border row 10 is what I did in the photo, and I'll start with that, and then when we get to the bottom, I'll show you the fringe on the bottom. So pretend I did my double crochet all the way around. And then I'm joining with a slip stitch. And if you change colors on every round, don't join in the same place. Finish off your row and rotate your work and join the next round in a different place. And that way you won't have this line of, all these ends and whatever that you have to weave in. Okay, so I'm going to single crochet, chain one, single crochet into the same stitch. Hi Kathy, how are you, my dear? And then, okay, so this is the border, alternate border edge with the picot. So it says 5 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you chain 3, 1, 2, 3. This is your picot. Yep. And then the way I do it is I don't slip stitch into this chain. Let me make sure it's in focus so you can see what I'm doing. I don't use autofocus, because then it's just like going in and out of focus constantly, and it's really annoying, but this is also annoying because I have to keep checking it. I don't slip stitch into the chain. I slip stitch into the side of the single crochet. Actually, I'm sorry, I take it back. I single crochet into the side of the single crochet. That's how I make my picot. Single crochet into the side of the last single crochet made, and then you keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 3, and then single crochet into the side of the single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, single crochet into the side of the stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. 1. You love your furls. Me too. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so notice I never like count ahead and count back and make sure I have exactly the right number because I'm lazy, but I see that I'm getting close to this corner and I know I want 5 before the corner, so actually I'm 2 off, so I'm just not gonna do another picot before the edge. Or I'll just do one in this 4th stitch. That'll look even, I think, to the eye. Try not to make your adjustments right next to the corner because then they'll stand out. But, I mean, that looks fine. I don't think anyone could tell that one's 1 stitch off. It's 3 instead of 5. Did I do 5? Yeah. Yeah, it's 4 instead of 5. You can't tell. But just fudge it around because you don't want to have a picot right next to the very corner stitch. And so single crochet picot 3 times in the corner stitch. So single crochet picot, single crochet picot, single crochet picot. That's your corner. You do it 3 times into the corner. Okay? And that's why you wouldn't want to have, you know, another one like right there next to it. So think like 9 or 10 stitches before you get to a corner. Think about what you're doing. Okay, and now this is the fringe edge, and it's chain 1, single crochet around. Okay, no, that's right. That's wrong. 2 single crochet, chain 1, 2 single crochet, chain 1, 2 single crochet, chain 1, 2 single crochet, chain 1. And I'm giving you these chain 1 spaces, which is where you're gonna put your fringe, but really I should have done chain 1, skip 1. Let me just try that. 2 single crochet, chain 1, skip 1, 1, 2, chain 1, skip 1, and then that'll really give you a nice space for your fringe. 1, 2, chain 1, skip 1, 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 skip 1, 1, 2. Okay. And then what you would do for your fringe if you were making fringe, and by the way, set aside enough yarn for your fringe before you start your project, because fringe takes a lot more yarn than you realize, and then you get to the end and you just have this little ball left and you don't have enough for fringe. Okay, so I'm just going to cut some fringe here. Let me see. Here we go. All right. Actually, you don't have to cut it or do anything. And then this is the way you attach the fringe. You just pull a loop through the work, and then you pull the tail through itself. Okay, I'll do another one. How many did I do there? Like 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you would want to like wrap them around a I almost said a CD case, but who has one of those? Nobody. You pull it through that chain 1 space that we made. I think I lost a thread somewhere. And then you pull the yarn ends through. Yep, I lost one. Oh, that didn't go so great. And that's your fringe. And then when you get it all applied, then you would want to go through and give it a haircut, you know, and just like a hairdresser, you know, like lay them all out and line them up and cut them all even with each other. Yeah. And I would do one or the other. I would either do the picot edge or a plain edge with fringe. I don't know that I would do both, but you know, if you're extra, you can always do both. Hey, D. Louise. Hey, Glenda Chad. Oh my goodness, you're up early, aren't you, my dear? Not like when we were doing the Half Moon Goddess crochet along, and Glenda lives in Australia, and it was 2 a.m. her time, and she would 2 or 3 a.m. and she would get up in the middle of the night and she would be working on her goddess shawl along with us. And Glenda, I think you were the first one to finish yours, and man, was it ever gorgeous. So beautiful. Okay, there you go. I'll hold it up. Let me switch this. Swap cameras. There we go. That's my edge. Let me just... I didn't even go all the way around, and you can see how much width it adds. Let me measure it. I'll lay it this way, so... So my pocket section, thank you, Kathy. Oh, you asked me what yarn it was. It's Mandala Ombre. And the name of this color is Mantra, M-A-N-T-R-A. So my starting pocket section is about, let me see. I don't want to include the border. It's about 8.5 inches. Okay, and then this border that I just added on, even if I don't measure the picot, it's 4 inches wide. So if I do 4 inches, and then I have another 4 inches on the other side, that's 8 inches, plus the 8.5 in the center, that's 16.5 inches. So your pocket shawl will be plenty wide, and it'll have this nice little pocket with this little bit of gather here, so that when you put your stuff in it, it won't come out, and it won't stretch open or flop open. Oh my goodness, this same thing is so funny looking. Look at that. It's like basically 2 pockets sewn together on a thing. All right, so there we go with the pocket shawl, the regular pocket shawl. Tomorrow, I promise, come heck or high water, that I will do that other edge. I've been slow. And I'll tell you what I've been really working on. Oh, that's great, Glenda. I'm really glad. What I've been really spending a lot of my time and energy on is setting up my new membership community. And yeah, Kathy, somebody said that yesterday, that it would make a good little holder for remote controls. And I really do need that, because, you know, they end up lost. And of course, when I have cats here, they end up as getting batted on the floor. But yeah, I recently I moved my Patreon channel over to a different platform, and so I've been working really hard on that membership community. It's going to be really different from Patreon, and I'm not going to have the tiers. There's just going to be one level for everybody, and everyone gets all the perks. And the perks are, you know, the reason a lot of people join is because they want those perks, and the most popular perk is the new pattern pre-releases. So right now there are 4 patterns in pre-release. 2 of them are getting close to release, and then I have a pattern that's coming out of testing that's going to go into pre-release really soon as well. So that's, you know, when you're in the membership community and you're behind the scenes, and then I kind of filter my new patterns through that process, and I give people the chance to make them and try them out and tease them on social media for me, and it works a lot of the kinks out and the bugs out. And if that interests you and you want to be one of the first people making new 6-Day Kid stuff, then that is the place to be. And we also Zoom. We had our first Zoom call in the new membership community, because the patrons have been given like a preview in there. So we had our first Zoom call last Monday night, and it was just really nice, just a really nice time. We're just sitting and hanging out and working on our stuff, and sometimes people are working on 6-Day blanket stuff, and other times they're not. You can, you know, we're just kind of hanging out and being friends, and it's really great. It's a lovely international community. There are a lot of Australians that come in, and so because we have people all over the world, we definitely try to do AM, early AM and later PM. I mean, my time, I'm in New York, so Eastern time. We definitely try to space the timing out so that we can hit people in different time zones. And what we found with the Australian population is if we do like 9 a.m. here, then they'll stay up late, and then the next time I'll do 9 p.m. for me, and they'll get up in the morning and they'll join us. And we really have a wonderful time. It's a really great group of people. So I am going to be launching that to everyone really soon, and I hope that everyone listening and watching this who isn't already in there, some of you are super fans and you're already there, so but everyone that isn't there, I hope you will treat yourself to a little extra Betty and join me in my membership community, and it's called the Betty McKnitiverse, and there's lots and lots of things being planned, and it's really nicely organized, a lot of resources to help with patterns, and you know, so that you don't have to go where, if it's on my YouTube channel or it's on my website, or is it in a 6-Day Kid blanket group, or where the heck is it? Was it in a post somewhere? You know, like this information that I need, and you know, materials and or you know, whatever, tutorials about how to make certain patterns. It's like it's kind of scattered all over the place, and in this community they make it really easy to organize things, and I love it, and I'm really excited about it. So that's what's been kind of slowing me down from finishing that pocket shawl thingy sample-ish thing that I want to have prepared for tomorrow, so that I can show you how to fold it up and put the edge on. Okay. All right, so thank you for being here, and everybody please post your progress photos in the 6-Day Kid blanket group under the put it in the comments of the photo that I posted for this day, Pocket Shawl Challenge Day 6. And at the end of the challenge, we'll have you make a collage. And I miss the cats too. I miss them too. But you see what they did to my mirror up there? Do you see that? I had to take all those plants down. Everything that's up there I had to take down And then just the mirror was left, and I didn't think that they could knock it down. But one day, the cat, she got up on the top of this chair right here, and I was sitting on the couch, which is off camera, and I saw her go up there, and I thought, should I let her get up there? Probably not. And I didn't get up from the couch fast enough, and so I saw her bump the mirror, and I saw it was like in slow motion, and I screamed like I was going down a roller coaster. And I fell, and all the cats took off running because I screamed so loud, and anybody that heard me must have thought I was being murdered violently. I screamed like a roller coaster, and it fell, and I'm so glad it didn't fall on the little kitty. And it broke. It broke several of the window panes, but that mirror is actually an old window that my dad, he would go and pick those up when people changed their windows in my old neighborhood. And he painted that for me, and he surprised me by getting the mirror cut for me one time. I went home, and he had those panels cut for me, and he put them in that mirror for me, and so that reminds me of him. But I've moved it a million times, and all the mirrors have broken. Every time I move, they've broken, and I've had to replace those panels a million times. So really no harm done, and 7 years of bad luck, please. You can't touch me with that. It's more a great story than anything else, especially because I screamed so loud. I don't know why I didn't just jump up and grab her and get her down, but I'm just glad she didn't get hurt. She was scared, and she hid for about a half an hour, then she came back out. But yeah, I miss them. I don't have any cats or dogs or anything here right now. It's just me. But yeah. All right, everybody, I'll quit talking and I will get going. And did I play my music yet? I don't think I did. I can go ahead and play it, and then I'll just go ahead and check out. Bye. Bye, friends.